historic Richmond, Virginia. We're getting ready for the final round of qualifying for the Sprint Cup Series to determine the top 12 starting positions and who will bring the field to the green flag for the final race of the regular season. Again, this is a very short session. 5 minutes they have to determine who will win the pole and where everyone will start in the top 12. Do you wait for the last minute on this one now?
No, with only being 5 minutes, I do think the track's only going to get better. So I think waiting is not a bad idea, but it's not worth waiting to disrupt your rhythm. If your driver's ready to go and you feel like clear track's going to help you. But I think more than just the track getting better, Jeff, kind of the bogey of what you need to run might help these teams as well, because Jeff mentioned how these tires lose grip. So how much have they lost? What kind of lap time are you trying to run compared to last round?
I like where Denny Hamlin and his team are sitting. Remember, they went out first in that second segment, so they've sat longest. Their tires have cooled the longest. That turned out to be a pretty smart strategy, I think.
And I also like the way these guys stop, because Denny Hamlin still has the option, if he wants to go by Joey Logano, to pull out and go by him. He's given himself enough room.
They all know it started, right? They know the clock's running, because it's down to 4 minutes.
The second they fire the engines is when the green flag was displayed. They roll to the front of pit road and then stop.
You know, it sounds silly. I think a lot of people at home don't realize it, but the cars on a racetrack create heat as well.
Yep.
We've learned over the last several years that, we always wonder, why is the track faster now than it was before? And a lot of it has to do with the amount of cars that are on the racetrack. So the longer you can sit, even if the track stays the same, the longer the track sits, it actually cools down without cars on it. So I think waiting as long as you can makes sense. And Hamlin ready to go. He's tired of waiting.
Hamlin is trying to prove you wrong. Have gone out. So 2 cars on the racetrack. Denny Hamlin will be the first one to take time. On the clock now. McMurray also just starting his lap.
We all know Denny Hamlin takes so much pride in winning on racetracks in Virginia. He's so good at Martinsville, so good here. So this racetrack means a lot to him.
Denny Hamlin has won here in Richmond twice before, but it's been over 5 years since his last win at Richmond.
First lap was 18. That's slower than what they ran the second earlier. Jamie McMurray in 09 was about the same as he ran.
And again, Jamie McMurray trying to get a win to solidify his position in the chase. Has the fastest lap of the 2 that have been out on track. Now Kurt Busch also out on track, and Denny Hamlin goes a little bit faster. Marty.
Rick checked in with a couple of teams waiting to go at the very end of pit road. You see Jeff Gordon there and also Casey Kane, who's going to go here in a second. I asked Keith Rodden, how long do you wait? He said, as long as I can. The more shade, that buys speed, and that's what we want. Going to be interesting to watch, though, Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson, both of them just with 2 laps on their tires. We'll see if that pays an advantage.
Does Denny Hamlin have anything to lose if he wanted to just stay out there and keep making laps?
No,
Just maybe the engine.
Nothing to gain.
The engine, the grill tape's solid. Maybe, that's the thing. They have full grill tape, because even at this short track, downforce doesn't matter qualifying. So you run your 2 or 3 laps and come in. As we see Joey Logano on the track. Right behind Joey Logano, we have Casey Kane.
It's Denny Hamlin, Jamie McMurray, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano. The 5 that have been on the track.
Casey Kane got a nice run through 1 and 2, currently in the green, heading into turn 3. What a story it would be for the 5 to sit on the pole here at Richmond.
And flirting with that top speed. Kane will be 4th quickest.
We've seen cars go faster the second time. Hamlin did. Let's see if Kane can do it.
He's in the green and right back into the red.
He drove it in really deep and jumped into the gas, trying to find that time. You have to find the time somewhere. Can he find it down here in 3 and 4? Joey Logano.
1 minute left in this qualifying round.
How about Kenseth, the lap he has coming? Second.
Matt Kenseth second. It's Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth. Hamlin, first one on the track, set the fastest lap up to this point.
I'm looking at Kyle Larson, though. Remember, only 2 laps on his tires. I really think he's in the best position to run a great lap here qualifying. He's just now coming to take the green flag as we see Casey Kane He's got to finish, it looks like, in the 6th position currently.
Momentum. Martin Truex Jr. has it after the win at Darlington.
Larson got through 1 and 2 really well. See if he can roll it down the back straightaway. Not overdrive 3. Off the bottom just a little bit.
But back in the gas, I'm making time. Well, he's losing a little time.
Holding it. Does he get there? No, he's second quickest.
But he has another lap. Remember, the freshest tires, it's really going to pay dividends on that 2nd lap. And look at how he's tracking. Almost a 10th of the good red.
This is where he lost it the last time, though. See if he can hold the bottom. This time he's much closer to the bottom. Still, it's backing up.
In the wrong direction. Can he get there in time?
No.
No, he does not. Denny Hamlin still has the fastest lap.
Keeps that 42 head speed everywhere. He just couldn't keep up with the pace Denny Hamlin set through turns 3 and 4, and that's what ended up being second. And you see, very happy.
The hometown boy.
So that strategy that we questioned going out early in round 2, that seemed to work out. Had it not gone fast enough in round 2, it would have been not a good thing. But because he went faster, he was able to sit there, tires cool down longer. A gutsy move that paid off. Dave?
Hey, I'll take that. What about that? And Wheels was so sure that you were timing this all right, but you thought you were going a little early. It worked.
We had more laps on our tires. Balance was off. Everything was terrible, and still, that's awesome. I mean, I don't know, 23 or 24 straight weeks of qualifying in the top 10 and not being able to get a pole. This was unbelievable finally to get it under these circumstances, and very unexpected, but proud of this whole FedEx Crown Camry team. Give me a good car and obviously giving us something we can hopefully win with tomorrow night.
Describe your lap, because coming in you said I couldn't have gotten anything more out of it.
I felt like I hit all my marks and did everything as good as I could have, but I knew we were at a pretty good tire disadvantage there with a lot of the cars that are up front. So tells me my car's going to be pretty good in the long run. I'm happy about that.
It is Richmond. It is Denny Hamlin. Welcome home.
And we flash back. Denny Hamlin, 2009. Track so important to Denny Hamlin, again from Chesterfield. 2010. September 11, and once again the checkered flag for Denny Hamlin. But as I mentioned, it's been over 5 years since Denny Hamlin's been able to win at this track.
Rick, we got to remember, it's been over 5 years, but this is week 1 for him in the old NBCSN Toyota on-track car. So, so I know, got just silence over here to my left. Come on, Bert. He's all after driving your right.
No, I had a conversation with him before all that. Must have helped.
Let's hear from the guy who was second quickest, Marty.
Maybe Jeff Burton should have given Kyle Larson a little bit of advice. Boy, it looked like you had the pole every lap, but 3 and 4 seemed to kill the lap time. What was going on over there?
Yeah, I was losing my drive off of 4. But I'll take a second here. I've always qualified somewhat decent here, so would have liked to get the pole, but we'll take a front row start. You know, short tracks where I struggle the most, so it's nice to qualify good. You just got to race well. So you know, I've qualified good on short tracks before, just haven't raced great. So like I said earlier, we've changed some stuff on the Target Chevy to try and make it better, and you know, so far this weekend's been paying off. So happy about that. Still a long race tomorrow to try and work on it.
Considering you guys have kind of approached this weekend as a test weekend, do you feel like you've made positive steps?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think you can see in our speed, we have a little bit more speed than I've had in the past. It's been a while since we actually got to qualify here, so because I think it rained out earlier this year. But like I said, qualifying's been good for me on short tracks, but the racing's where I struggle. So gotta try and keep forward drive underneath it all day, and or all night, and hopefully come up with a good finish. So just wanna get a good run. A top 10 would be great for me here. You know, be a really good finish for us.
And Kyle Larson qualifies second for tomorrow night's race, Rick.
And the guys who were the Chase bubble drivers, the ones close to the cutoff line. Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Jamie McMurray. Look at where they're going to start.
Yeah, Austin Dillon and Jamie Murray, I would say mission accomplished tonight. Not digging themselves a hole, putting themselves in position to have a good, solid night.
Yeah, well, then you have Chase Elliott, who's dug himself a hole. Casey Kane giving himself an opportunity to win. But how about Chris Buescher? 31st position, David Reagan, 21st. The car he needs to outrun for 30th has beat him by 10 positions qualifying.
And by the way, they're separated by 11.
And more than just that,
11
what
points.
Chris Buescher has done is put himself in a position where if trouble happens, he can be in it.
Right.
Chris Buescher has done a good job of avoiding issues and trying to run the racetrack, but back in 31st, we've talked about how wide the groove's going to be and why that is good for passing and good for moving up. This place is going to be crazy on restarts, and he's going to have the initial start of the race all the way back in 31st.
What about Chase Elliott? The only thing that happened bad for Chase Elliott is a terrible finish. But where he's starting, he's opened the door for that to happen. Get a new winner and a terrible finish, anything could happen.
All smiles for Jamie McMurray, though, who will start 4th in tomorrow night's race.